And turn off that shit! Nintendo GameCube. Yes, luckily I didn't have as big a break between recording sessions as before, 3 weeks, because I will get Metroid Prime done before I start up school in, like, August 17th. We're starting earlier and earlier every year, I think. But yeah, welcome back everyone, one and all rather, to Let's Play Metroid Prime. This is Me14986, your host for the time that you're watching this video. When we last left off, we finished up the Fenjana Drifts backtracking, and got all of the Magmoor Caverns backtracking done. And now, guess what? We have the Chozo Ruins backtracking to be done. Oh, fun! But yeah, welcome back to some more Let's Play Metroid Prime. And Shriekbats, yep. Which, I didn't know this, but they weren't originally called Shriekbats. Turns out they were originally called, oh, of course I forgot. Scree, that's what it was. Like on Planet Zabes, they weren't Shriekbats, they were Scree. And I just realized, this room right here, the Burning Trail, I kinda like this room. It's like a transition between Magmoor Caverns and the, Talon Overworld. Or the Chozo Ruins. Like, this all looks like the Chozo Ruins, and then it slowly slides into looking like the Magmoor Caverns. Need to grab, like, a couple more water bottles, because with any luck, I'll be recording an hour and a half. That water bottle's empty. There we go. We got 3 half-full water bottles that I never bother to take down after recording sessions. That's not the right button. If you have not done this already, use your spider ball to go up the sun tower and into the sun chamber. In there is a Chozo artifact. In the meantime, I'm going to be headed over to our good old friend, the Tower of Light, so we can get the Chozo artifact. Oh, that is the right way. And I can use the plasma beam here, because there's nothing to stop me. There's maybe 1 or 2 wave beam doors. Huh. The hydraulic lift and I apparently decided to get along today. So, in the time between the last recording session and this recording session... I got my driver's permit, yeah. It's only been a year since I frickin' turned 14, just about. So, yeah. And also, if you haven't seen, I tried to do a ROM hack review from my desktop, but my desktop recorder, Cam Studio, made it look so trippy and just generally, well, fucked it up. So, yeah, that recording, I'll never be able to get those 50 minutes of my life back. And since we've been to the Hall of the Elders, the Chozo ghosts will start appearing all over. Now, hold on, let me turn the volume down. Oh god, don't take me back towards those things. That's what she said. Ah! 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 Dicks. I mean, yeah, for this Chozo artifact, you need the wave beam and the gravity suit. Because unlike Super Metroid... Well, I'm not sure about Super Metroid, if you can wall jump in the water without the gravity suit. But with the gravity suit, you have to hop up here, and through this door, you will find a Chozo artifact. And of course, you can't scan it to find out which one it is. It would make too much sense for this to be the artifact of light, since we're in the sun tower or something. It's Life Giver, the 5th of 12. But for us, the 9th of 12. We have 1 more artifact to go that's located here in the Chozo Ruins. There are 2 to be located over in the Phazon Mines. And as for missiles, I think we have, like, I think 185 is our total missiles. But I'm not sure. In case you don't know, check way back in the episodes to find out how to get the Wave Buster here, which is the Wave Beam combo. So, yeah, driver's permit. Apparently tomorrow, my mom's gonna make sure I am familiarized with her car, since that's probably the car, or at least the kind of car, I'll mostly drive in my lifetime. I'll eventually learn how to drive a stick shift. But right now I have almost no real reason to want to drive in general because, first of all, I have to hold my license for 6 months and clock 20 hours of driving. Obviously, has to be supervised because I only have my permit. Where to go next? I guess we're going to go up that way. So I have to do all that before I can get my intermediate license to be able to drive to and fro school and school events between, I think it's like 5 in the morning and 10 p.m. But anyway, back to the game. I told you to not go through this door for a very long time, and now it is finally time. And you know why? Not because I say so, because it is time. We have the Variasuit, the grappling beam, and the power bomb, so we can get everything down this branch. And what you're going to want to do is go back here, lay a power bomb, and you will find a power bomb expansion and the final bit of Chozo lore. I couldn't tell you what this is, but yay! The power of our temple has been enough to halt the spread of the poison on Talon 4, but that which remains thrives and grows even more concentrated, gnawing on itself in the dark passages beneath the planet's surface. Whether it can ever be truly destroyed is not for our eyes to see, but there is something else. We Chozo are drifting, tumbling through space and time as the great poison eats away at our sanity. We wake in dreams as the veil of lunacy descends, as past and future blend and shuffle. One image appears and flickers through the landscape, wraith-like. It is the hatchling, the newborn, walking the path of corruption, a lone figure shining in the toxic shadows. She comes dressed for war, and her wrath is terrible. Do our eyes look backward, seeing the hatchling as she once was, or does she approach even now, arriving in our race's last hour, a savior clothed in machines crafted long ago by Chozo hands? Poisonous clouds drift across our vision. That's pretty depressing. Let's just grab this power bomb expansion and be happy about it. Yay. And that would be 7 power bombs, meaning we have 1 power bomb expansion left. And I don't know where that one is. Now, if you listen closely, you can hear that there's a missile expansion, but I thought it was in the next room. No, it's back here. That is the most underhanded missile expansion in the entire game. You can find in plain sight, even the most difficult ones, you can find them in plain sight. That was really underhanded, and we have a required Chozo Ghost fight here, so... Luckily we have our X-ray visor, which is another thing to be glad we have. Another thing to be glad you wait for. I'm trying to figure out where the last power bomb expansion is. By the way, when the Chozo lore talked about Samus walking the path of corrupt or toxic shadows, I think they were talking about Metroid fusion, because in case you don't know, Samus gets infected by the X parasite and is saved by the Metroid vaccine, ironically enough. I'm not going to spoil it because I may or may not do an LP of it. Well, I will do an LP of it in the future. Now we have 2 bomb slots. One of them will lead us to a special thingy, and another will lead us on our way out. And across the spider rail, over the hills and far away, we find an energy tank. Bring us to 13 out of 14 energy tanks. The last one is right after the Omega Pirate fight at the end of the Phazon Mine. Spoiler alert much. Now this other one will open the way out, which will lead to, I believe it's called like the Piston Tunnels or something. I don't know, it's a tunnel full of pistons, so Piston Tunnels sounds fine by me. If you are looking forward to Let's Play Super Mario World, do not be disappointed. I will start recording it, hopefully tomorrow. Yeah, Piston Tunnel. Now, see, this little wraparound we couldn't access before because at the Magma Pool we needed the Variasuit and the Grapple Beam, and we'd have to come back to get a Power Bomb expansion anyway. So, and this is going to lead us to another missile expansion that's sitting in the main plaza. I may have pointed it out in previous episodes. Yes, August 6th is my registration date for sophomore year. I really am not ecstatic about it. I'll get back to it in a moment, because right here we have a very nerve-wracking part. Slide out here very carefully, uncurl, and you see there's a grapple point. What you need to do is jump out and grapple to it. Even if it doesn't point out that, turn white, like, hey, you can grapple, press L anyway. It's incredibly difficult to get simply because of the angles. But that brings us to 190 missiles. Now, I don't remember if I got this one up here, which I have gotten it, which is good.